Hello. Sorry, I'm a little late. I feel like I've been flying all day. I had to go to the doctor today and then had to run 90,000 errands on the way home. Came home and had some coffee. I have to go back to the doctor on Monday. Kids are off from school tomorrow. But I still have to bring them to, they still have sports practice. And now I just realized I have to reschedule my therapy appointment because I have to get them to school at 3:30 and my appointment is normally at 3 o'clock. So I have to ask her either we'll do it a little early or whatever. I watched the Harmony Motgomery trial today. And Farm Wi-Fi, I didn't miss your emails. I just got to look at my emails. I did write you back and show you what I'm seeing on my end. So I gave you also a link that might be helpful. All right. Hi, Emmy. Hi, everybody. So I have to go back Monday and figure out what I'm doing. Hi, Tree Dog. So I watched Harmony Motgomery. Very, 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 very hard. I got the one you sent today. Yeah, I just sent it just now. Okay, hi, Nora. So the opening statement started today. Yesterday, they took the jury on a field trip. And they took them around different places they wanted them to see. So today they did their opening statements, and first of all, Adam Montgomery is not appearing in court. Doesn't want to appear in court, and that speaks a little bit to me about for the defense, because I bit my lip. The defense is saying that it's the girlfriend, Kayla. It's her fault. Or his wife. I don't know even. I think it is Kayla Montgomery, so I guess they were married. But it's her fault. Well, if it was her fault, wouldn't he want to be in court getting justice for his daughter? I think the fact that he's not showing up to court speaks volumes. Anyway, he's not showing up to court. So they have to pass a picture of him around every time. Instead of saying, where's the defendant? Can you point him out? They have to bring a little picture around. But it's a very difficult case to listen to. So the prosecution said that Adam and Kayla, they had two other children, a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old boys. And they had Harmony, who probably never lived in any kind of a Harmony except probably when she was in her foster home. So he got custody of his daughter back in 2019, and apparently she was having some accidents where she was wetting herself, and anytime he would smell this, they were living in their car, but they were living in an Audi. It's weird. You're homeless in an Audi. It doesn't make sense. Then they have these apartments and these homeless shelters. And then he was living with a grandmother at one time and an uncle. Then they moved to Florida. It's such a convoluted story. But what the prosecution says happened is that on the day that she died, and this is according to Kayla, who has taken a deal and is working with the prosecution, and they show pictures of her with black eyes, okay, but that he kept punching her in the face, the little kid in the face. Every time she would wet herself, he would punch her in the face. And then they went to a methadone clinic, and they each went in to the methadone clinic. It came out, and he said he wanted to go to Burger King because he wanted to eat something. So allegedly on the way to Burger King, he smells urine again, flips out, and is punching Harmony in the face while he's driving the car. Stops at a red light, continues to punch her in the face. They said at one time that Kayla holds up her hand or something, like stop, and then prosecution said allegedly he looked at Kayla like, you're going to be next, so then she just put down her hand and let him continue to punch the little 5-year-old in the face, in the head. And then at one point he says, I think I really hurt her. But then he continued to punch her. He got his food, ate his food, and then when they had to get out of the car, I don't know whether they were in a homeless shelter, they were in an apartment, whatever they were, she couldn't get up because she was dead. So they put her in a duffel bag. He put her in a duffel bag and carried her into the apartment. And then, since it was winter, he was putting her outside by the dumpster so that she would stay frozen in the duffel bag. At one point, he worked for some pie company, and well, after Harmony was put up in the vent over his bed and her fluids were leaking into the sheetrock and people were smelling something, he took her down from the vent and put her in a bathtub, and he squeezed the fluids from her body. It's absolutely disgusting. Contorted her and put her back into like a tote bag, okay? And then put her back up there, or he carried that tote bag into the pie company. And then I think he did that twice before adding like a 50-pound bag of lime to this tote bag. And nobody knows where her remains are. And yeah, hi Rich, it's very disturbing, yeah. At one point, it said that he made Kayla, when the neighbors were smelling something, hold Harmony's arms up so that he could cut the clothing from her body. And that's when he contorted her body and squeezed the fluid out of it, put her back in the bag. She apparently had to walk out of the bathroom in order to she said to take care of the other kids, but because she couldn't take it, well, why didn't she call the police at that point? If she called the police at that point, they would have caught him right there in the bathroom, right? So then the defense gets up and they say, this is all wrong. Adam Montgomery did not kill his daughter Harmony. No, not at all. Kayla killed her. And she was getting tired of sitting in the car. They were living in the car, and she had a 5-year-old, a 2-year-old, a 5-month-old, and they wanted to get out and do this, and she couldn't take it. And allegedly they're saying that she killed her, and Adam just, cleaned up and protected Kayla. So if you watch the chat, I was watching this, some people believe that. They're like, oh, yeah, I think it was her. Now, there are some things I think, I don't think she was just totally innocent in any of this at all. But he, according to many other people that testified, okay, so the first people they had were the foster mother, and she was like crying, getting choked up. But then the cross-examination came and they said, well, did you have to give her to a therapeutic home? Yeah, she did. So it made it sound like that these foster parents that were so great couldn't even handle Harmony. And yeah, Shayna, they're both culpable. And then the next one up was Harmony's biological mother, who didn't have custody because of a drug issue. They asked her at one point how old Harmony was, and it was hard for her to figure out how old she was at a certain point. They asked her the date of birth. She, was that half a day or whatever. She said that they didn't let her start. She wanted to speak to Harmony. She couldn't get them. They wouldn't let her speak to Harmony. Then they had that uncle that he lived with, who said that Adam said, because Harmony had a black eye, when he came up and said, well, what happened to her? What'd you do? And he said, she didn't do anything. I bashed the shite out of her, because he said that Harmony was like suffocating the baby. And that was his excuse, and he bashed her all over the place, he said. And then they had a CPS worker who's like, the first time he was going there, he saw Harmony and Adam getting in a car and leaving. And then the second time we talked with them, he noticed a little bruising or something, but they gave a different excuse for that. And other than that, he didn't notice anything wrong with the little girl. And I was listening as I was driving to the doctor, and then they got off early today. They're supposed to be doing a full day tomorrow, but they let them off early today because things went a little faster than they anticipated. But yeah, it's let me see what I have from the trial and evidence or stuff that I can show you. Pictures of these bags. And I didn't get to see Trichonis today. It was crazy. But let's see. So gruesome details, right? We went over that. A little bit about Harmony, that prosecution said she was a daughter, she was a sister, she was a Minnie Mouse fan. She was a fun-loving girl that loved being a big sister. She was just 5 years old when the defendant brutally murdered her, and that's from the prosecutor, Christopher Knowles. I'm trying to see if I can show. Let me see. They said that she had been born with, I'm going to mispronounce it, not hydrocephaly, it's something else. And they said that she was going to be blind or whatever. She wore glasses. She was moved between the homes of her mother, foster parents multiple times before Adam Montgomery got custody in 2019. Kayla Montgomery is going to be a prosecution witness. She was the last person to see Harmony alive, and she knows how Harmony died. That's according to the defense. And they said, I remember how he told the CPS guy that they got foam swords, that caused the eye thing. Yeah, Demetrios Saros, the former CPS worker. And that's who ended the witnesses that day. So tomorrow is going to be a full day. But I want to just see if I can get the, show you the towpath. Here it is. This is what I'm looking for. He got her to fit. He got a 5-year-old child after he contorted her and squeezed out her body fluids to fit in this bag here. The mom's place. Isn't that unbelievable? See what else we can show you. But yeah, he's not showing up to court, which speaks volumes to me for the defense and their whole theory, because if that was the case, then come and stand up for your daughter if that's, the real thing there. Get out of here, Her mother, this is Harmony's mother who was on the stand today, her biological mother, who did not have physical custody of her and there we go. So, hang on one second. Her foster mother is Michelle Raftery. And she testified that, let me see if they give her that she had a brain development disorder. She wasn't supposed to live past 7 months, but she defied all odds and was thriving. The foster mother said, and I quote, "She was a loving child. She was very sweet. She was super social. She loved to be with people." She said that she had Harmony 3 times during her short life and that she left a sparkle wherever she went. That's not this, that was the foster mother saying that. So Harmony was born in June of 2014. Now, this woman here, Crystal Sorey, is her biological mother. And when Harmony was born, she was the sole parent because Adam Montgomery was in prison. Harmony was removed from Crystal Sorey, this woman right here, biological mother, from her care 3 times because of neglect related to her drug use. Harmony visited her father in prison twice, in January and July of 2015. In September 2015, Adam Montgomery was released from prison. He then moved to New Hampshire. September of 2016, a year after that, Adam contacts Department of Children and Families for the first time and wants to see Harmony again. And then in February of 2017, after he had met with Harmony one time per month for 5 months. He then stops responding to Department of Children and Families for their requests for future meetings. And in August of 2018, he then sees Harmony again for the first time in 11 months, and only the 9th time in her entire life. In July of 2018, Crystal loses custody of her daughter, and Harmony gets put in a foster home. And that's when she was in the foster home of the mother that foster mom that testified. Then February of 2019, Adam gets legal custody of Harmony. And DCYF officials were notified of the custody decision, but the Division of Children and Youth and Families said they needed more information. They didn't get the necessary information for a home study. And then Easter of 2019, then this is what Crystal testified today, and said that she spoke to Harmony on a FaceTime call around that time, and that was the last time she ever saw Harmony. So nobody had seen her, and it wasn't until November or December of 2019, okay, because that's when she was killed. And she was killed in December 2019, and then it took until January of 2020 that DCYF got a referral for that Montgomery house. And we keep going around. A person close, the Child Protective Services worker left a voicemail January 21st of 2020 for sorry to confirm Harmony's address. She didn't return the call, and nothing happens. And September of 2021, person close to the mother, Crystal, contacts Department of Children Family Services and says, hey, we haven't seen Harmony since 2019. She's not been registered in school. We can't locate her. What's going on? And then in November 18th of 2021, Crystal calls the Manchester police saying she has not seen her daughter since Easter of 2019, and that was on a FaceTime call. Do you see how much time went by? Unbelievable, right? And then December 27th of 2021, Department of Children's Family Services notifies the Manchester police that, hey, we can't find this little girl Harmony. And they start to search for Adam, the father. Crystal, on December 29th, 2021, is sending a letter to the mayor, Joyce Craig. She's begging for help. The 31st of December 2021, Adam is found living in his car with his new girlfriend. Now remember, that new girlfriend was like, he never mentioned a daughter ever, right? Okay. Police then also interviewed Kayla Montgomery. The FBI joined the case January 4th, 2022. Adam Montgomery was arrested January 4th, 2022. And he was charged with second-degree assault, interference with custody, and endangering the welfare of a child. Then Kayla was arrested 2 days later. She's charged with felony welfare fraud. Charge was later dropped, and a new felony charge of theft was filed. Then in February, there was a report released by Governor Chris Sununu's office releasing new details in the investigation, making recommendations for new protections for children in custody disputes. March 13th, 2022, A woman who was dating Adam Montgomery, Kelsey Small, said that before his arrest is found dead, she did not face charges in connection with the case, and her death is not considered suspicious, sources say. April 4th, 2022, Adam is arrested on a new set of charges of theft by unauthorized taking for allegedly stealing a rifle and a shotgun, 2 charges of receiving stolen property for allegedly receiving or retaining the rifle and shotgun, 2 charges of felon in possession for allegedly possessing the rifle and the shotgun after having been convicted of 1 or more qualifying felonies, and 2 charges of armed career criminal for allegedly possessing the rifle and the shotgun after having been convicted of 3 or more qualifying felonies. Investigators said that these alleged thefts occurred between September 29th and October 3rd of 2019 in Manchester. April 12th, 2022, Kayla Montgomery is charged with 2 counts of receiving stolen property in connection with the alleged theft of firearms. Investigators say there's no evidence that the charges are related to Harmony's disappearance. Kayla was released from jail May 7th, 2022. She was ordered to check in with the Manchester Police daily and continue with substance abuse treatment. She is also ordered not to have any contact with Adam Montgomery or to leave the state of New Hampshire. June 3rd of 2022, Kayla is arrested on perjury charges. She's accused of lying during the grand jury testimony when she was asked about where she was at work during the window of time that Harmony Motgomery was last seen and accounted for. June 14th and 15th of 2022, officials searched Adam Montgomery and Kayla's former apartment. I remember this when it was happening in real time, and they hauled a fridge out of there. Remember that? That's because he was putting her in that refrigerator and the freezer. It was horrendous. And they have the sheetrock that from, oh my gosh, when you put her up there. Kayla was arrested on a bench warrant after she failed to show up for a hearing on September 9th of 2022. Okay, on October 24th, 2022, the Attorney General John Formella announced that Adam Montgomery has been arrested and charged with second-degree murder in the death of Harmony Montgomery. Kayla told investigators details about the murder of Harmony in June. On November 18th, 2022, Kayla Montgomery pled guilty to 2 felony counts of perjury. The charges Kayla Montgomery took responsibility for are not related to the disappearance or death of Harmony. Under this plea agreement, she has agreed to fully cooperate in future state proceedings, which could include testifying in Adam Montgomery's trial, and that's happening. She's going to testify. Let's see here. Testimony began in a weapons trial for Adam Montgomery in June of 2023. Kayla Montgomery testified at Adam Montgomery's weapons trial, and she told jurors that her husband had told her that he had stolen guns. The defense presses her, saying that she has changed her story over time. Adam was found guilty on all counts in his weapons trial in June. The most serious charges being an armed career criminal carry minimum sentences of 10 years in prison. Okay. Then in June 2023, the affidavit was released detailing the investigation of into Harmony's murder, her disappearance and alleged murder. And I have all of that. We can look through in a minute. Just want to go through this. Adam Montgomery punched Harmony in the face several times on December 7th of 2019. That was the day she was murdered, according to what Kayla's telling us. Adam, on August 7th, 2023, he was sentenced for the weapons conviction And he made a statement before he was sentenced, urging the judge not to consider the charges he's facing in Harmony's death. And he said, and I quote, "I did not kill my daughter." Hold on, let me put his picture. 1 second. Let's put him up here. This was at his weapons trial. Get over there. He said, and I quote, "I did not kill my daughter, Harmony, and I look forward to my upcoming trial to refute those offensive claims." He said, "I could have had a meaningful life and I blew that opportunity through drugs, but I love my daughter unconditionally and I did not kill her." Harmony's mother, Crystal Suri, was in the courtroom during his sentencing and says she didn't believe Adam Montgomery and said and I quote, she said, "He wants people to feel sympathy for him. He's trying to be a victim." So then what's up with that? Adam waives his right to appear in court. He may decide to appear on future days. And so we'll have to see. I don't know why he's not wanting to appear in court. That's when he was appearing via video to talk to the judge. Okay. Now, let me get, hang on a minute. Okay. Okay. I made a mistake here. Shoot. Hold on a minute. Okay. So I'll tell you where they went to go see on this. The jurors went out in this bus. They got nothing but the best for the jurors. They took them out in this bus over here. Let me, okay. Nothing but the best, did he? And here's the places they went to. They went to the methadone clinic on 20 Market Street. The jurors remained on the bus just to view the area. In the explanation to the jurors, it was communicated that that is where Kayla and Adam received treatment. That's when they went in one at a time and got their treatment. And that's also when Harmony allegedly had that accident and Adam began to punch her in the face. Then they took them to the Burger King on Hookset Road. They also remained on the bus just to view the area. That's where Adam Montgomery pulled into the parking lot after leaving the clinic. Then they went to West River Drive, and the bus pulled behind two large apartment buildings, and the jurors walked the parking lot and viewed an area that contained a dumpster. Elm and Webster Streets, that was their next stop. Jurors exited the bus to view the intersection where the Chrysler Sebring that the Montgomerys were in allegedly broke down. Union and Orange Streets, the jurors stayed on the bus and they just looked at an apartment building. It's where a large amount of evidence had been gathered during the investigation. And then they went to Elm and Merrimack Streets, and the jurors remained on the bus to view the previous location of Portland Pie, which I told you that's where he used to bring her and put her in the freezer in that tote bag. Adam previously worked there and moved Harmony's body to the freezer of the restaurant. He would bring it in every day with him. Yep. Okay. And that's what they did yesterday. Okay. And okay, so next. Trying to find. That's what I want. Okay. There we go. Okay. So this is from the affidavit on the court site. On November 18, 2021, the Manchester Police Department received a call from a woman determined to be Crystal Sorey. That's her biological mother, Harmony's biological mother, regarding her daughter, Harmony Montgomery, who was born June 7, 2014. Sorey reported that Harmony, who was in the physical custody of Sorey's ex, was missing, and that she hadn't seen Harmony in over 6 months. She identified her ex is Adam Michael Montgomery. He was born January 22nd, 1990. An employee of the Manchester Police Department contacted DCYF and learned of the previous addresses associated with Adam. Manchester police officers checked those addresses, but they were unable to locate Adam or Harmony. Okay, on December 27, 2021, DCYF notifies Manchester Police that they're unable to locate Harmony. Consequently, the Manchester Police Department initiated an investigation into the whereabouts of Harmony Montgomery. Over the following days, members of the Manchester Police Department learned that Harmony Montgomery had not been physically seen since October-November of 2019. The child's biological mother, Crystal Sorey, who resides in Massachusetts, notified authorities that she had not seen the child since around Easter of 2019. 4/21/2019, the child had been in the physical and legal custody of her biological father, Adam Montgomery. The case was assigned to Detective John Dunleavy of the Juvenile Division of the Manchester Police Department. During Dunleavy's follow-up with Crystal, she explained she lost custody of the child in July 2018, in part due to substance abuse issue. Crystal said both she and Adam had past issues with substance abuse. Since then, Crystal has regained sobriety and unsuccessfully made attempts in Throughout 2021, to locate Adam and Harmony, Adam and his subsequent partner, Kayla Montgomery, had blocked all communication from Crystal through phone numbers and social media applications. Crystal said over the years she made attempts to locate the child by contacting various schools and driving by addresses associated with Adam, but was unable to make any progress. Crystal said she last saw Harmony during a FaceTime call with Adam around Easter 2019. Crystal stated Adam was visible in the background. Crystal recalled Harmony seemed frightened and believes that was the last time she actually saw her daughter. Beginning on 12/27/2021, members of the Manchester Police Department actively made attempts to track down Adam and talk to involved family members to establish the last time that Harmony was physically observed and known to be safe. Officers and investigators were initially unable to make contact with Adam via phone. However, investigators were able to make contact with various family members, including parties associated with Adam who reside in Florida. That is the uncle that took this stand and testified today. On December 30th, 2021, Detective Christopher Abele was able to make contact with Adam's brother, Michael Montgomery, who raised concern for Harmony's welfare. Michael recalled during his last physical contact with Harmony and Adam, he had concerns that Adam was physically abusive towards Harmony. Michael recalled that Adam was super short with the child, and he learned from other family members that he had given Harmony a black eye. The detective also spoke with Adam's uncle, Kevin Montgomery. Again, he took the stand earlier today. Regarding concerns for Harmony, Kevin said that he had not seen Adam or Harmony since late 2019. However, Kevin had firsthand knowledge of the child's eye injury from 2019. Kevin said that he returned to Manchester in July of 2019 after a trip to Florida and observed Harmony with a black eye, and he notified DCYF after the fact with concern for the injury. 12/30/2021 interview with Kevin. Detective asked Kevin how Harmony sustained the injury to her eye, and Kevin said that Adam told him he had caused the injury to Harmony's eye. Adam told Kevin at the time, "I bashed her around this house." Adam explained that he had left Harmony, who would have been 5 years old, in charge of watching her infant brother while Adam was in the bathroom. Allegedly, the younger brother started crying. Adam told Kevin that when he returned, he found Harmony holding her hand over the child's mouth to stop him from crying. Adam told Kevin that he responded by striking Harmony in the face and causing the black eye. Kevin said he believed that Adam had relapsed on drugs during that time frame. Kevin recalled other forms of abusive discipline during that time frame that raised his concerns. Kevin recalled Harmony being spanked hard on the butt, Harmony being forced to stand in the corner for hours, and Adam ordering Harmony to scrub the toilet with her toothbrush. How disgusting. 5 years old, right? Unbelievable, actually. On 12/31/2022, Detective Dunleavy spoke with Adam's wife, Kayla Montgomery. Yeah, the wife, okay, not the girlfriend. Kayla shares 3 younger children with Adam, who are all presently accounted for. During the detective's follow-up with Kayla, he asked about the last time she had physically seen Harmony. Kayla said sometime in November or December of 2019. She saw Harmony one morning prior to going to work. Adam said he was driving Harmony back to Crystal, who was living in Lowell, Massachusetts at the time. And Kayla said that she believed Harmony was returned to Crystal. Kayla claimed she never saw or heard about Harmony after that day. Kayla admitted that she had seen Harmony with a black eye in the past. However, she explained that Adam told her that it was caused by one of their other children striking Harmony with a toy. Kayla had not physically seen Adam since late October 2021, had not spoken with him since around mid-November 2021. Kayla claimed Adam was living in a sober house and then left the area to live in Maine with another female. On December 31st, 2021, patrol officers were able to make contact with Adam and his new girlfriend, Kelsey Small, who were together sleeping in a vehicle in the area of Harville Street in Manchester. Investigators, including Detective Dunleavy and Detective Kazowick, and I began to respond to that location to speak with the couple. Small claimed that she has been romantically involved with Adam for over a year, and she said she's aware Adam has 3 children from one mother and another child from before that. However, Small said that Adam was not in touch with any child from his prior relationship and claimed that Adam has never talked about Harmony and she has no information on where she may be. During the roadside interview with Adam, he made some contradictory statements during the interaction which raised suspicion and concern for Harmony's well-being. Initially, Adam told Detective Dunleavy that Harmony was fine and he had seen her somewhat recently. However, as the conversation continued, Adam said he had not seen Harmony since Crystal came to pick her up in Manchester, New Hampshire around Thanksgiving of 2019. Adam claimed he does not presently have a traditional phone number, but he does have access to email sporadically. We each emphasize that our primary concern is locating Harmony and establishing that she is safe. Adam stopped answering questions multiple times and stated, "I have nothing else to say." During our interaction with Adam, we stressed my concern that Harmony had not been physically observed in over 2 years and that we had concern for whether she was still alive. Adam did not exhibit much emotion or reaction to this. Adam said he believed that Harmony was in Massachusetts with her mother. Adam claimed that he did not know why Crystal would say anything to the contrary. Similarly, he told us, "I have nothing else to say." We noted discrepancies between Adam's account that Crystal came up to Manchester to pick up Harmony and Kayla's account that Adam claimed he was driving the child down to Massachusetts. The most concerning discrepancy being that Harmony Montgomery's mother outright denied ever taking custody of Harmony from Adam at the time or ever seeing Harmony following the video chat in April of 2019. The investigators revealed that in November 2019, Crystal lived at 37 Chapel Street in Lowell, Maine, with her boyfriend Joseph Eckert. On 12/31/2021, Joseph was interviewed and he stated that he was living with Crystal in 2019. And Harmony was not with Crystal at all from October 2019 to the present. In fact, Joseph stated that he has never met Harmony in person. 12/31/2021, approximately 16:10 hours, Adam refused to provide any information on the whereabouts of Harmony. When asked for information about Harmony's whereabouts, Adam said words to the effect of, "Not talking to you, I have nothing to say, and I'm not under arrest, I'm leaving." Due to the above facts and circumstances, I believe cause exists that Adam Montgomery committed the crime of second-degree assault on or before 7/1/2019, 7/22/2019, and that he knowingly caused bodily injury to Harmony, child under the age of 13, by striking her in the face. Additionally, based on the facts and circumstances, I believe probable cause exists that Adam Montgomery committed the crime of endangering the welfare of a child from approximately November 2019 through January 4th, 2022 by knowingly endangering the welfare of Harmony Montgomery, a child under 18 years of age, by purposely violating a duty of care, protection, or support that he owed to such child, to having legal custody of Harmony, but failing to have Harmony in his physical custody since October 2019. I believe the probable cause that Adam Montgomery committed the crime of endangering the welfare of a child. On December 31st, by knowingly endangering the welfare of Harmony Motgomery, a child under the age of 18, by purposefully violating a duty of care, protection, or support that he owed to such child by preventing child services, to wit, DCYF from obtaining physical custody of Harmony. I believe that probable cause exists that Adam committed the offense of interfering with custody and is knowingly concealing any child under the age of 18, Harmony Motgomery, with the intent to conceal such child from the Division of Children, Youth, and Family Services. So that was that one. Okay. Defendant witness list. That's the foster mother. And here's somebody from House of Corrections. Here's their exhibits list. Body-worn camera from 12/31/2021. The Adam Montgomery Miranda waiver. The ex parte order regarding Harmony Montgomery sealed. A search warrant application for 1/31/2022. And Adam Montgomery post-arrest interview dated 1/4/2022. Part 1 and Part 2 of that interview, then more body-worn camera, all from 12/31, and body-worn camera, yep, all there. Okay, so, okay, let's see. So, let's see what he wants here. Adam Montgomery, by and through his public defenders, Caroline Smith, James T. Brooks, respectfully moves the Honorable Court to exclude evidence of a February 15, 2020 purchase of pelletized limestone from the Home Depot and a February 26, 2020 purchase of pelletized limestone, a metal cutting diamond blade, a fuel grinder, and a lithium-ion battery and charger from the Home Depot. As grounds for this motion, it is stated that Adam Montgomery is scheduled for a February 6, 2024 jury selection on charges of second-degree assault and second-degree murder, as well as other charges related to the death of Harmony Montgomery. When interviewed by the police, Kayla Montgomery claimed that Adam used lime to tamper with Harmony Montgomery's remains. She denied knowing how the lime was obtained and where it was obtained or when it was obtained. She further denied any knowledge that Adam Montgomery used any tools in tampering with the remains. The Manchester police obtained records of 2 purchases from the Home Depot during the relevant time period. Upon information and belief, no purchases of lime were sought or obtained from any other location. Video footage of the transactions at the Home Depot were not recovered because it had been destroyed. The first purchase was a cash transaction with a 42-pound bag of pelletized limestone from the Home Depot Hookset location on February 15th. The second was a cash transaction for a 40-pound bag of pelletized limestone, a lithium-ion battery, a charger, a fuel grinder, and a metal cutting diamond blade from Home Depot's Manchester location. On February 26, 2020, financial records indicated that money sufficient to cover the cost of the Manchester transaction was withdrawn from Kayla Montgomery's account at an ATM location less than a mile away, 22 minutes prior to the February 26 purchase. Evidence of the Home Depot purchases should be excluded because it's not relevant. Evidence is relevant if it has a tendency to make a fact or consequence to determine more or less probability that it would be without the evidence. Evidence that is not relevant is inadmissible. The identity of the customer is unknown. There's no nexus connects Adam Montgomery to the purchases. There's no evidence that lime is such a unique purchase that would connect the purchases to the Montgomerys. The police did not check other hardware stores, agricultural stores, or other locations that may have sold lime. Kayla Montgomery denied knowing how, when, or where the lime she described was obtained. She further denied knowledge of Adam using any tools in connection with the purported tampering of Harmony Montgomery's remains. One of the purchases included items not mentioned by Kayla nor implicated in this matter because there is no evidence connecting either Adam or Kayla to the Home Depot purchases. The purchases do not have any tendency to make a fact of consequence more or less probable, and the court should therefore exclude the evidence as irrelevant. Okay, so that's that was that. What that was. Okay, so all right. Let me go back to the chat. There you are. Okay, the little girl was let down by a lot of people. Yep. Hi, Painted Black. Painted Black, somebody's looking for you. Did Binky get a hold of you? I don't know. Did she get a hold of you? Hi, little lady. Did I just see a little lady? Hi, little lady. Now, let's just take a quick look at what happened at Troconis today. Let me get her up here so I know when I'm changing gears. I have a busy day tomorrow. I've got to schedule around my therapy because I got to get the kids there off and I got to get them to the school right when I'm supposed to be. Do something. Put her up here. Okay, so day 20. Two very long trials. The other one is supposed to be very long too. All right. Gumiani. Powell, Gumiani. Still. They actually had the Fairfield police detective Michael Clark analyzed Fotis Doulos' cell phone, and they did that to piece together what happened to Jennifer Doulos. He was testifying Thursday. That data revealed there was a gap in time from when the messages were received to when they were opened on the morning of May 24th, 2019. That's the day she went missing. Investigators believe that that Fotis left his phone at home when he allegedly drove to New Canaan, and that's when he had that bike in the back, and then he drove to the house, allegedly waited for her, and that's that day. There was one answered phone call at 8:24 a.m. between 5:35 a.m. and 12:22 p.m., and that was from a friend in Greece, and it was prearranged by Fotis the day earlier. So Clark testified, and I quote, "This is a message sent from Fotis that says, 'Call me tomorrow.'" Troconis told investigators during her third interview with police that she picked up the phone, not Fotis Doulos. Now, her defense attorney, John Schoenhorn, said outside the court, and I quote, "None of this is new. The issues about where Mr. Doulos' phone was when he was using it have all been, I believe, set forth already. All of this is about the trial about the deceased Fotis Doulos and not my client." So, not really a rip-roaring day in there today. And it really is like just going over and going over and going over. There was testimony yesterday where Michelle Troconis said, we went over this, that when Fotis' dog, his beloved dog, was dying and they had to be put down, she said something about burying Jennifer next to the dog. Yeah, real horrible stuff. Yeah. Wow. Let's see where this was. This is close to me, I believe. Hold on a minute. This is in Pennsylvania. I'm just trying to... Delaware County. Upper Darby. So it looks like 6 people are deceased, including 3 kids, after a shooting and a house fire. Those 6 people are unaccounted for in southeastern Pennsylvania after a raging house fire that started with a shootout at the house between a person at the house and police. 2 police officers were wounded in the shooting. Investigators say they've recovered 3 parties. One of them is believed to have been the shooter. At least one of the bodies is that of a child. Delaware County District Attorney Jack Stolzheimer said the investigators were able to enter the home, but that search would take some time because of the condition of the home. A rifle was found by the body of a man in the rubble. This is going to take a while. We're going to be very safe. This is a recovery operation. There's no one alive inside that house, that burned out hulk of a house. 6 members of the Lee family lived in the house, and all are believed dead. The children's grandmother, Chin Lee, said that the alleged shooter was 43-year-old Kan Lee. She heard him having an argument in an upstairs bedroom. And a 13-year-old niece, with his 13-year-old niece, said he was going to get a gun. Chin Lee said her husband took her out of the house as shots were fired. He called 911. Chin Lee identified the other people in the house as her other son, his wife, Brittany Lee, and their 3 children, and then Natalia, 17, and Kayla, 13, and Xavier, 10. The oldest child living in the house attended Penwood High School, while the others attended Penwood Middle School and East Lansdowne Elementary School. The incident began shortly before 4 p.m. on Wednesday. The police officers that were wounded, one was shot in the leg and the other one was hit in the arm. Wow. I am getting tired. I've got a big day tomorrow. I've got to go and got so much to do, so much to catch up on. Oh, there is something I do want to go over. Hang on. So there is another case, and I know somebody else asked me to, in the comments, to look into a unsolved murder, and I am. I just been so swamped down with things, and we've had a lot of things going on. So let me see here. Okay, let me go here. All right, let me see. Where's I? Oh, I know I have to do this. Okay, so there was a, let me get this here. Got something out of Marion, North Carolina, okay? I'm going to get the warrant up here. I'm going to get the 2 people involved. So, Come on. These are the two in question here. And they are charged with the, let me see, I want to make sure because their charges were, I'm looking at this comment here. Someone that knew these two wrote something on this news report saying, first things first, I honestly don't see him doing anything like this to any of the special needs people he takes care of or has taken care of, and you can quote me on that. I will even testify to that in open court. I've been around Dustin and Caitlin more times than I can count. I've been inside his home and witnessed how he takes great care of every one of the special needs people he has been tasked with taking care of. And another thing, he is also my cousin. We grew up together. We played together just about every single day. I would go as far as to say he and I are like brothers. I would even say that we were closer. He was closer than me and my real brother. He has a giant heart and doesn't care one bit to help anybody that's going through a hard time. I've even witnessed him go out of his way to lend a helping hand while struggling with his own demons at hard times. On several occasions, I've seen him give money to someone with money troubles, even while extremely low on cash himself. If he didn't stress it, he'd open his wallet and his heart and he'd lend a helping hand. He would even tell me himself all the time about how it was simply something we should do, something we're supposed to do when we see someone down on their luck. And he'd tell me, because always remember, that could be anybody, someone we know, someone we love, it could even be ourselves. Sorry for the rambling on. Hopefully my point is made. I don't see him or Caitlin doing anything like this to anyone. Well, what is he talking about? What did they do? Well, they did not, allegedly not good things. And let me just pull out the warrant. Okay, just 1 second. So they are facing charges after the death of a vulnerable adult that was placed in their care. They again are from McDowell County. Let me just make this a little larger so we can see this. And they will face charges in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, for the abuse of a vulnerable adult who was pronounced dead in McDowell. On Tuesday, January 30th, McDowell County Sheriff's Office deputies and McDowell EMS paramedics responded to a reported cardiac arrest at a residence in, I don't know if you say Nebo. The victim was a 46-year-old man, Joseph Blevins. He was transported to the Mission Hospital and he was pronounced dead. Now, Dustin Lee Suttles, right here, 36, and Caitlin Renee Elliott, 31, were responsible for the care and the well-being of Blevins. So they went on a road trip to Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and had returned home. Public information officer with the McDowell Sheriff's Office said the abuse of Blevins, who is mentally challenged, occurred in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee, and the three returned to McDowell County where Blevins died. The Sheriff's Office then contacted Pigeon Forge Police Department and have been investigating jointly with them. Now, Pigeon Forge charge Settles and Elliott with abuse of a vulnerable adult, and both have been arrested and are awaiting extradition to Pigeon Forge, according to the McDowell Sheriff's Office. Now, there is some other information about this where there is video from the hotel motel where they were staying that shows some very disturbing things. So let me see if I can. And these two have 2 young daughters, and one of the little girls started to talk. So let me get this about the video at the hotel. Video. Because I don't know how much of this is out and okay. The couple had reportedly left the man by himself when they went to Tennessee and returned home to North Carolina the day Blevins died. But that's not what they happened. They staged a scene to make it look like he died at the house, but that's not at all what happened. He died in Tennessee and he was abused terribly, and there are videos that show this. So let me see here where. Let me go back here. Hold on, I'm trying to get to this because I have a little bit of more information that's not there, but it's very horrific. And he was being like very violently assaulted in the hotel. In fact, they had noise complaints and Trails, Carolina. Oh, the 911 call is released. Hold on, let's see. Okay, so here we go. Yep, we got it here. Willowbrook Lodge. That's where they were staying in Pigeon Forge. At the Willowbrook Lodge. Let me pull that up for here. Okay. Willowbrook Lodge. Willowbrook Lodge. Where'd you go? Willowbrook Lodge. They were staying over here, and looks like they have a water park at this place. Is this the one in? Yeah, okay, so this is where they were staying, and here's a room there. So what happened was, hold on, I'm going to shut some, I have too many windows open and it's making me nuts. So I'm going to shut some right now. Give me a second here. Okay. Too many windows open, it's ridiculous. Okay, so they were seen on camera at the Willowbrook Lodge in Pigeon Forge abusing and neglecting Blevins, a man with severe intellectual disabilities, autistic disorder, and schizophrenia. Later, Suttles was seen striking Blevins multiple times before Blevins was locked in a car for several hours. And then, at 4:32 p.m. on January 30th, a 911 call was made about a possible cardiac arrest at Hopscotch Drive, an address in Nebo, North Carolina, that matches the address belonging to Suttles and Elliott. And the 911 caller says, "We went on vacation this weekend," I'm quoting, "and he walked perfectly to the car to get in to go on vacation to Tennessee." The caller never identifies himself, but he says that he has a special needs client whom he and his fiancée had worked with for more than a year. The warrants say that Suttles and Elliott are caregivers through North Carolina Outreach Home Care. The 911 call from that day revealed more details about what had been happening. The 911 caller said, and I'm quoting again, "He's tried everything in his power to make life hard on everybody, but until now, he would take his medicine and he would eat. But for some reason, I just need assistance. We are scared to death. I've had to do CPR already, pushing on his chest. I've had to pick him up to do the Heimlich, because we tried to give him his medicine with water in it. This is his way of saying, I'll show you, and unfortunately, people that ain't in this line of work wouldn't understand." At certain points, the caller said the victim was stable, but had fallen and hit his head. He went on to say the man had fallen 50 times in the last 3 to 4 weeks. It don't matter what we do. I hate to see this from somebody. We've had him over a year, and we really do care about him. Blevins was pronounced dead at the hospital that day. And then Suttles and Elliott were arrested Sunday, February 4th, by the McDowell County Sheriff's Office and are awaiting extradition to Pigeon Forge, where they have been charged with abuse of a vulnerable adult. And this is the house where they lived. Kids' toys and whatnot. Okay. Okay. Let's see this. The Pigeon Forge Police Department is investigating following the death of a vulnerable adult male from North Carolina. On February 1st, they were made aware by investigators from McDowell County Sheriff's Office of the death of a vulnerable adult male from North Carolina, identified as Joseph Blevins, 46. What the heck just happened to my thing? Where did I just... Trying to see if there's... The surveillance video shows there was video that caught this, okay? I'm gonna see if there's more on this video that's been released. Okay. Look at this. Okay, so this is a developing story. It's very sad because this gentleman lived with this couple who worked for that company, and yeah, let me just see here. Okay, oh, I've got something else. Okay. In the quaint town of Pigeon Forge, a grim shadow's been cast. Local police department reported an untimely death of 46-year-old Joseph Blevins, a vulnerable adult with severe intellectual disabilities, autism, and schizophrenia. His own caregivers are the perpetrators, Dustin Lee Suttles and Caitlin Renee Elliott. Pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place on February 4th when the Pigeon Forge Police Department secured arrest warrants for Suttles and Elliott, both hailing from North Carolina. The court documents reveal a harrowing tale. Joseph Blevins, a man with severe intellectual disabilities, was allegedly subjected to horrific abuse at the hands of his caregivers. The abuse included being locked in a car for several hours and physically assaulted at the Willowbrook Lodge in Pigeon Forge on January 29th. The investigation is unfolding. The details have left the community in shock. Security footage from the lodge captured the moment when Suttles allegedly struck Blevins. This visual evidence of this video, put together with the testament of Blevins being locked in the car for an extended period of time, has left little doubt that these two are involved in the abuse. Joseph's tragic death has sparked a call for action from disability advocate Courtney Johnson. She says the public needs to be vigilant and observant of sudden behavioral changes in individuals with intellectual disabilities or autism. Let's see. I'm trying to see where you guys are. Here you are. Okay. So, hold on. Okay. Hello, White Angel. Never trust anyone that gives that much of a story on a 911 call, Brenda says. It's very sad. The man's disability, no, they were somebody, he lived with them. There's a program, ouch. It's the family, I'm trying to remember what the initials are. Family living something, and he lived with them. Of course, they took him places. Okay, that's the scope of what they were doing. He lived in the home with them. AFL, I think it is. Let me see. I believe that's what it's called. Let me see. Assisted family living, I think it is called. Adult Family Living AFL program, that's what it is. Or Alternative Family Living. It's one of those, and it's what happened. And their story changed. And at first, I believe they said they didn't have their kids with them, but then it was found they did. Have them with them, and then what allegedly took place, they went home and kind of staged it to look like something else. And this man had horrific injuries. He had a broken neck, and I guess the reason they're saying he fell so many times, he bashed him into walls and stuff. So, okay. Trying to get this here. Okay, I'm going to go and try to get, hold on. Let me see if I can get the, okay. Okay, let's see what this is. Let's see if there's any more about this. Not, we'll have to see if I can get those arrest warrants. All right, let me just see if there's anything else I want to touch on here before I pull the panel on. Oh my gosh. What? 2 Kentucky women are alleging that they were drugged and AR'd at a Bahamas resort on Sunday. Amber Shearer and Dongela Dobson said the assault occurred at a stop in Grand Bahama on a Carnival cruise. Oh no. they said, oh my gosh, and guess what? Shells are involved. They too said they took a taxi from the cruise ship to the resort, and they claimed that staff spiked their cocktails. Shearer alleged that she and Dobson were searching for shells on the beach when someone that worked at the resort came up to them and claimed, hey, I could tell you where to find some good shells. Shearer says it's the last thing she remembers before the assault, and that she came to in the process of being assaulted. The pair claimed they reported the assault to the local authorities. They administered an R kit but treated them like criminals, they say, and toxicology screens came back positive for benzodiazepines. The women say they have bruises all over their legs. They're now home. They're receiving medical care, including medication for HIV post-exposure prophylactic treatment, which costs $4,000. She said she had no idea that this went on in the Bahamas. Meanwhile, the Royal Bahamas Police said that they've arrested 2 men who were aged 40 and 55, and they were arrested for that assault, and the investigation is ongoing. Wow. What the heck? So in North Carolina, wow, Transylvania, a 12-year-old boy, 12 years old, was at a wilderness therapy camp and was found dead. Appears to be, let me see what happened here. This is crazy. 12 years old. Says here that this happened, oh, this is that Trails Carolina camp in Lake Toxaway, North Carolina. On February 2nd, 2024, a 12-year-old male was transported by 2 men from New York to Trails Carolina camp at 500 Winding Gap Road. The Department of Health and Human Services licenses this camp as a therapeutic camp. After intake, the 12-year-old was assigned to a cabin for lodging with other minors. There were 4 adult staff that were assigned to the cabin. At 8:10 a.m. on February 3rd, the next day, a call was made to 911 in reference to the 12-year-old male not breathing. Fire rescue personnel were dispatched along with deputies. CPR efforts were made. CPR mask was found at the scene. Upon arrival, rescue efforts were initiated and then stopped as the child appeared to be deceased for some time. Deputies on scene requested investigative staff who arrived shortly after 9 a.m. to process the scene and collect evidence. The local medical examiner responded to the scene and the 12-year-old was transported to the local hospital for preliminary examination by the medical examiner. The child was sent for autopsy to Winston-Salem. The death appeared suspicious since he had arrived at the camp less than 24 hours prior to his death. An autopsy was conducted on February 6th, and the forensic pathologist conducting it stated to the investigators that death appeared to not be natural, but the manner and the cause was still pending. On February 6th, investigators applied for and were granted 2 search warrants for 2 separate locations of Trails Carolina Camp located in Transylvania County, which were served and executed simultaneously. One location was the base camp at 500 Winding Gap Road, Lake Toxaway, North Carolina. Let me get this address up here. This is what I'm getting for that area. Let me see something here. Okay, so let me go over here now. Okay. So there are some things over here. Now I'm looking at something on Yelp. And there's some questions. It said, what is the approximate tuition cost per month? And someone answered this 3 years ago and said, I'm not sure of the cost because my parents wouldn't tell me. I think someone told me it was around $600 a day. Now, I'm not sure. So if you go to their website, you can find out. But I was there for 59 days, and it was about $20,000. Hope this helps. Then another question was, how long is this program usually, and would my child have to go somewhere else after they're done? And someone answered this and said, they tell you the average time is 60 days, but from my 101-day stay, I can tell you right now, this is not true. I was sent there last year for my behavioral problems and depression. Honestly, I didn't know what depression was until I went through Trails. The amount of abuse I went through, hold on. No teen should have to go through. 3 months after I left Trails, I was diagnosed with PTSD. My life has not been the same since. This is 5 years ago this is written. It never will be. Please don't send your teen here. It's hell on earth. And 6 years ago, someone answered a question that said, has anyone sent their child to Trails? And what was the outcome? Boarding school, returned home? Please let me know. Somebody said, horrible, don't do it. We sent our feisty, troubled 17-year-old there, and within a few weeks she became wanting to take her own life. They told her that her parents sent her there because we didn't want or love her, which was absolutely not true. Thus, she started planning her demise. Instead, knowing that her mother would be heartbroken if she hurt herself, she planned her escape instead. I thank God for that. She succeeded in escaping and was picked up by authorities. I demanded that Trails send her home to us on the next plane. They tried to talk me out of it, but with my daughter's life on the line, I refused to send her back. It's been 7 years, and we are still dealing with trauma from the experience. I have so much guilt about sending my daughter to that terrible place. I will never forgive myself. Please do not send your child there. Okay, so let's go back to... I don't even know how we got on this. Hang on a minute. Okay, I'm just trying to close some windows here. Too many windows open again. Okay. Hang on, I'm just trying to shut some windows down here. I've got way too many windows open. Too much stuff. Shut some of these. Okay, hopefully that'll make it better. That one, that one. Okay, here we are. We're reading this police report here. Not police press release, I'm sorry, not a report. Okay, so here's where they served the warrant. One to this property and the second to 618 Sundance Lake Road. And I'm going to pull up that address. Pisgah Forest, North Carolina. Not even coming up with 18 Sundance Lake Road. Okay, let's take out the 18 and see if we can find Sundance Lake Road. Well, it looks completely, I don't know what, Sundance Lake Road. I have no idea here. Let's pull this up here. And pull this over. Sundance Lake Road. So back to the reason for the second location. Oh, 618. I'm sorry, 618, not 18. Let me try that. Let's see what that was. Okay, not finding. So let me go over Lake Toxaway. That just sounds like. Okay. Back to the press release. The reason for the second location was that Trails Carolina Camp had moved the other juvenile campers from the cabin where the incident occurred to that location. Trails Carolina Camp has not completely cooperated with the investigation. The staff members who were assigned to the cabin where the incident occurred were reportedly placed on leave, according to Trails Carolina Camp. The investigation is continuing, and the report generated by the North Carolina Office of the Chief Medical Examiner may not be available for several months. Okay. What is this? Okay, here's some more stuff here now. Statement. This is from Sheriff Truck Owenby on. Okay, we read that part. Hold on a minute. We read that part. Did we read all of that? Search warrants, yeah. All right, so there's comments here on this article. Let me see. Let me go back. All right, let's go here. Someone said, as a survivor, I'm begging sheriffs to please be so thorough with this investigation. This place kills children on a national scale all the time. They break and abuse your children mentally and physically. Someone said this is not a usual summer camp, but a camp for at-risk juveniles. This is not the first death to occur there. I hope the sheriff's department will investigate this suspicious death to the fullest extent of the law. Another one said prayers. Another one said especially the statements saying the camp is not fully cooperating. Another one said, yes, they really need to be shut down. We live not too far from the camp and have found out that many of times kids have left and have done damages to home and affected the community. As a community, we should be let known of incidents so we know to be on the lookout and to help report. Okay. Someone said, the people involved in the incident were all placed on leave immediately after, and the place isn't willing to comply. That certainly has some big red flags. I really hope they shut this place down. I couldn't imagine being kidnapped out of my home, taken into the woods for weeks to be neglected and find reason in my behavior. Absolutely not. And it wasn't weeks. It was the very next, it was less than 24 hours. The Trails Camp, they're hiding something. This is very strange for a 12-year-old boy to come up deceased the very next day. I'm curious to see what the autopsy report reveals. My condolences go to the family. That's just terrible. Of course, yes, we condolences to the family and poor kid. Let's see. Now here comes somebody on the other side of this, okay? Says, you peoples need to stop drinking Kool-Aid. Please do your research before making assumptions. This wilderness camp is nothing like what's depicted in the Netflix documentary Hell Camp. They are not hiking miles through a desert. Trail is not a nomadic program. I speak from personal experiences. My son was there for 3 months and was well taken care of. They are not neglected. They are not mistreated. My son was taken to the ER 2 times for minor injuries, cut his foot on a rock, and got a fishhook lodged in his hand. They eat better than I do. They do equine therapy. I don't know where my son would be today without the intervention they provided. He himself expressed gratitude for the experience and how it helped him. With that said, I can't imagine what the parents of that child are going through right now. No parent should have to bury their child. Please don't jump to conclusions that it was the camp's fault until there's a definite cause identified. For example, maybe he developed blood clots on the flight down there. Oh my goodness. If that's the case, should we go after the airline? Please don't come at me for this comment. Don't judge me unless you've been in the same situation as me. My son would have been dead by his own hand if it weren't for the intervention he received at Trails. Someone said, sounds like you can't hold space for the possibility you could have led your own child to their death. These places aren't to be trusted, but I understand as a parent you must numb yourself. Unfortunately, this mentality of just assuming everything is fine until kids get killed. And they're going back and forth on that. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so let's see here. Oh, here's the campus released a statement. Hold on a moment. Okay. Released a statement calling the sheriff's report on the incident inaccurate. In the statement, Trails Carolina Camp said information that was released by the Transylvania County Sheriff's Office does not present an accurate account of the facts nor the current state of the investigation. Trails Carolina was founded in 2008 as a nature-based therapy program for youths ages 10 through 17, helping them work through behavioral or emotional difficulties. Hang on a second. When I go to their program, they say they have equine therapy, what we do, program overview, mindfulness yoga, residential treatment center, academics, family involvement, transition model, I don't know. So let me go back to what they say. Sheriff Chuck Owenby said that the 12-year-old was found dead Saturday morning, 8:10 a.m. at the camp located at 500 Winding Gap Road in Lake Toxaway. He said the boy's parents allowed two men who were not identified by the sheriff to take the boy from New York to the camp. The camp laid out what they called the facts in an enumerated list. Okay, here's the camp saying this. Number 1, Trails staff initiated life-saving efforts and called EMS, and the sheriff and our staff have fully cooperated with the local law enforcement's investigation, voluntarily presenting themselves for interviews with law enforcement and other related public agencies. Any Assertion to the contrary is false, reckless, and defamatory. No other students were involved in any way, and all students were removed immediately so as to minimize the impact on them. Our students have cooperated to the extent authorized by their parents. Number 2, Trails has not been made aware of any suspicious preliminary findings by the medical examiner. Conversations with detectives and public agency personnel, interviews with staff, and preliminary reports indicate that this was an accidental death. 3, Trails had conducted an internal investigation of this incident, and the Trails facility has been investigated by outside professionals who are subject matter experts. Both investigations have concluded that there is no evidence that Trails failed to properly supervise, no evidence that Trails caused harm, and no evidence that conditions at Trails were unsafe or unhealthy. As with most deaths outside a medical facility, an autopsy is being performed by the North Carolina medical examiner, and while the final report has not yet been released, the preliminary findings do not suggest that there is evidence of foul play. See, now you've got two, that doesn't jive with what, right, the police are put out there from the medical examiner. And then they say the family, we continue to work with Child Protective Services to make the best decisions regarding staff in the immediate term. Speculation of any kind is inappropriate and disrespectful to the family. We ask that speculation cease and the family be allowed to grieve without further interference by those seeking to capitalize on a child's death in order to advance an agenda. The family and their son deserve nothing less than a thorough, professional, fact-based investigation by law enforcement, other government agencies, and our program. Speculation before the full results of those investigations are available is harmful, counterproductive, and irresponsible. It's very funny. You know what? It sounds like that school is being very self-serving in how demanding they're being, right? Those spreading information that is not true or misleading will be publicly identified and held accountable as we continue to communicate the facts and truth. On Tuesday, the camp released...
We live in a world where there are so much more vile and ugly things in it than profound.
What is going on?
There's a time and place for everything.
That's scary. What is going on?
We may be dark, but let me share a secret with you. Sometimes darkness can show you the light.
I don't know what the heck that is playing there, but that's scary.
Never. 15 money. Anyway.
What is going on? That's like the computer's possessed, or what the hell is playing? That's scary. I had to shut down there. I don't know what the hell that was. That sounded like some kind of, I don't even know what that was. That was scarier than scary. That's scary. What the hell was that? That was bizarre. Okay. Hang on, let's try to get back on track. I have to reopen up my Chrome. I have no idea what that is. Let me get back to that. I really wanted to finish reading that statement from the school. Okay. That was scary. Scary. Where the heck are we now? So this school is kind of self-serving, telling, yeah, you have to excuse my hair. It's ridiculous. I took a shower when I got home, and I've got to color it tomorrow. I have to. Though it's probably not going to happen because the kids are off in school and I've got to take them places. Okay. Let me go back here and I wanted to read the statement. And then some crazy thing came on, so. All right, let's put back the image. Here we go. Now, back to the statement. Where was I reading their statement? Hang on. We were just at the end, too. Must be here. Let me see. Okay. Okay, here's something else. The camp said staff called 911 around 8 a.m. on February 3rd when the child wouldn't wake up. The student who had enrolled the day before could not be resuscitated by emergency personnel. We are shattered by the tragic loss of a young life, and our deepest sympathies are with the student's family and loved ones, said the camp in a written statement. Our priority is to acknowledge and respect the unfathomable impact on the lives and maintain the integrity of the investigation into the cause. Okay. Oh, here's the full statement. Okay. Here's the full statement they made February 6, 2024. I quote, "We are shattered." Okay. And then the cause. And the next part is, there are few details available at this time, only that at approximately 8 a.m. on February 3rd, staff called 911 when a 12-year-old student did not respond to attempts to wake him. The student was enrolled on February 2nd, and could not be resuscitated by emergency personnel. We are cooperating fully with investigators and have retained outside professionals to assist us in conducting our internal investigation. While we understand the need and value of keeping the public informed, protecting the family's privacy and the privacy and well-being of our students and staff is our primary concern. During this highly sensitive time and difficult time, please refer any queries directly to our media relations team. Okay, but that was not the statement that I was reading. I wanted to read the enumerated list. Okay. That was scary. I think something from their website started playing, and then I think something from YouTube started playing, and it scared the crap out of me. Why? I don't know, except that the computers have been acting very funny, and the internet's been acting crazy. Let me see if I can find the enumerated list now. Enumerated list. Oh, I think I found it now. Okay, I believe this is the... Let me see. I'm looking at something from news that came up from 2021. It looks like this campus had trouble and was investigated in 2021. And lots of inspection reports from 2010 to 2019. Violations for improper medication handling. Failing to protect participants from harm, abuse, neglect, or exploitation. Do. Oh, you know what? They have a statement here from a spokesperson. They have a statement here from back then that is almost identical to the one they gave now when they said Trails Carolina was founded in 2008 to help families and children who are struggling with significant mental health challenges. Our typical family has exhausted all local resources with school counselors, outpatient therapists, and other mental health professionals since its founding. They're saying about the pandemic. Trails has helped make a difference in the lives of more than 2,800 adolescents. Today we are proud of all that our 200-employee workforce does to help others. Their work is proven in the 5-year outcome study that shows decreases in students' anxiety, depression, thoughts of hurting themselves, and substance use. 7 years have passed since the tragic event in 2014, and we continue to pray for healing and peace for everyone involved. Okay, so what is the tragic, let's see, what happened in 2014? Trying to see here. Oh, here it is. 17-year-old Alec Lansing ran away from his group on an excursion with Trails Carolina in November of 2014. A death investigation report released by the Office of the Chief Medical Examiner shows that Lansing ran away from his campsite, climbed up a tree, and fell. He landed in a stream and broke his femur, where he was unable to move. Lansing was found 12 days later, still laying in the creek. The DHHS report investigating his death shows a deputy with the local sheriff's office and staff at Trails Carolina waited 5 hours before calling for help. Had they called sooner, the deputy told the DHHS investigator they would have had a better chance of finding Lansing alive. Trails Carolina was fined $12,000 but was allowed to continue operating. And that was the statement. This is the statement that they replied with. This is what they said: there was no evidence of systemic lack of supervision of the other clients served by Trails Carolina, said the spokesperson. The statement also pointed to the string of annual inspections. State regulations require an inspection every 12 to 15 months, but inspection reports show that annual inspections sometimes took place at longer intervals. The last 3 inspections took place at 2016, 2018, and 2019. Okay, so that was that, but I want to get to their enumerated list that we were reading. Okay. Here it is. Here's their enumerated list. Let me see what number I was on. Okay. Oh, so this looks different than the one I was reading before. No, it's not. Okay. The family and their son deserve... Okay. Speculation of any kind is inappropriate and... Okay. The family and their son deserve nothing less than a thorough, professional, fact-based investigation by law enforcement and other government agencies and our program, the camp said in a statement. Speculation before the full results of these investigations are available is harmful, counterproductive, and irresponsible. Those spreading information that is not true or misleading will be publicly identified and held accountable as we continue to communicate the facts and truth. On Tuesday, the camp released a statement which in part read, and I've read this one already, that we are shattered by the tragic loss of a young life, and our deepest sympathies are with the student's family and loved ones. Our priority is to acknowledge and respect the unfathomable impact on the lives and maintain the integrity of the investigation into the cause. Oh my gosh, remember this guy? Hold on a minute. Remember this guy? I know I'm doing like the squirrel, but I just saw this and you might remember this. This attorney in Texas, and his name was Mason Herring, and he was charged with drugging his wife to induce an abortion. Well, he's 39 and he pled guilty on Wednesday to injury to a child and assault of a pregnant person. He had been charged with felony assault to induce abortion. Catherine Herring, who has since filed for divorce, told the court the jail sentence was not long enough. She said that their 1-year-old daughter, their third child, was born about 10 weeks premature and has developmental delays and attends therapy 8 times a week. I do not believe that 180 days is justice for attempting to kill your child seven separate times. The Harris County District Attorney Kim Ogg's office did not give a comment. Matthew was sentenced by the State District Judge Andrea Bial. Catherine Herring told authorities that her husband, in March 2022, began lecturing her on hydration and offering her water. She became severely ill after drinking from the first cup that appeared cloudy And when her husband explained, it was the result of the cup or water in the pipes being dirty. Catherine became suspicious and began refusing other drinks. She later found in the trash packing for a drug that contained misoprostol, a medicine used to induce miscarriage. She also gave police videos from hidden cameras at the home where her husband was no longer living. One of them showed him mixing a substance in one of her drinks. His attorney called the plea deal and sentence reasonable. It's a sad situation, and Mason has accepted his responsibility. Crazy. An 81-year-old man, oh my gosh. Listen to this. I know, we're all over the place today. I just can't believe all this stuff. So now this happened in Georgia, Gwinnett County. 81-year-old man accused of murdering his wife at a retirement community where they both lived. How did he do it? He used a hammer, and he hit her in the head multiple times. Oh my gosh. Richard Hayden of Lawrenceville was arrested, 81 years old, arrested on Wednesday, charged with felony murder, malice murder, aggravated assault, and the death of his wife, Grace Hayden. She was 71. Wow, 71 is not old, okay? I have a sister-in-law that's older than that, who they just came back from Austria. They're in Barbados right now. They travel the world. This woman is 71, which is the new 51. She has a husband 10 years older, and he murders her with a hammer. And she was found dead inside her room at the Linwood Estates Gracious Retirement Living. He attacked his wife with a hammer. Oh my gosh. Crazy. Let me see here. He's being treated at a nearby hospital for reasons unrelated to the incident prior to the charges being filed. Do you know? Hang on a minute. Oh my gosh. And do you know that in December, an 85-year-old man, Stephen Schwartz, and that's funny, I know another Stephen Schwartz, but he's not 85, was arrested on December 10th, this past December, and this happened in Washington, D.C., for killing his wife? Do you know why? They had a dispute over pancakes. I'm not joking. Let me see how old his wife was. The man, 85 years old, reportedly expressed regret over that and wished that he had died instead. He stabbed her in the back because, let me see, his wife made him pancakes. She was 81. They were married for 40 years. He told the police that he loved her. But that she made pancakes and he did not want to eat that. He did not want to eat the pancakes she made, and he stabbed her in the back. Unbelievable. I don't know, you've got to say that there's probably a lot more going on there, right? With, oh my gosh. Okay. I don't even know how we got where we did. We got all turned around tonight. All right, let me go back here. Sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't mean to be taking this unbelievable pause. I'm trying to look at something. Okay, let me go over here now. Hang on 1 second. Just want to see. What is this about Madeleine McCann? I'm just looking at something. It's some more stuff about Madeleine McCann. That the ex-offender planned to Bruckner was going to, let me see here, sell her to a childless couple. Come on. I'm sorry, there's a lot of stuff I'm not getting in that right now. There was something I was doing. Oh, I know what I was doing. There was one more thing I wanted to cover here. That, about that kid that in Florida that stabbed his mother, the one that they have people all over social media trying to take up his case and saying he didn't do it. Well, there's some more information. Let me get to that. Where he was talking to his mother. Let me see here. She was, there was more footage released about, he was speaking to his mother hours before he allegedly killed her. During the first police cam that released, Irina Garcia told Derek Rosa in Spanish not to run in the house, to which he asks, why is she always telling him that? He is then filmed re-entering the apartment where he allegedly stabbed his sleeping mother more than 40 times as she slept near their newborn. He called 911, told detectives how he woke up, got a kitchen knife, and reportedly stabbed the mother, leaving the newborn daughter unharmed. Another clip shows Rosa opening a door as police lights flash in the background and the police officers come up to the apartment. He apparently, after the murder, the brutal murder of his mother, he then went to take a selfie which showed blood on his hands, and he sent that to a friend, 2 pictures. He told them about it in an interview. And he has a court hearing on February 15th. So that's what I just wanted to go over. Let me try to get back to YouTube because I don't even have my YouTube tab up here. Hold on, I'm trying to get into, I have to get in, hold on, no, I have to get into the back end of this in order to shut it off when I want to shut this off. Sorry. Okay, we are back on. Oh my gosh. Hi, Coffee is Black. How's it going? It's going. It's been a crazy day, and then my computer became nuts. Oh my gosh, now I'm dropping everything. My computer was nuts last night, shutting off. How's everybody doing? Hi, Murder of Crows. Is it time to play the WordPress? Oh my gosh. Last night we forgot to play, but I played the old daily beforehand. But now we should be able to have a new daily. But I'm probably going to have to redo the daily. I mean, reopen the puzzle. Oh boy, guys. And I have to just, hold on a minute. I have to send an email to my therapist just to let her know that, hold on now, word cookies just stopped working. That's not right. I just have to let her know that I'm not going to be able to do my appointment. I'm going to have to, I want to see if we can do something earlier or later. So just 1 second. Shoot her an email real quick. Okay, so if I have to get them to, yeah, I can do that. Let me think. 1 o'clock could be good. All right. Sorry, I'm just writing an email. Just think of it as ASMR for a second. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, done. All right, now let me, hold on, I've got, what is up with this? Okay. Let's see what this is. Stop. Did we stop this? Stop it. All right. Hi, Murder Crows. Hi, everybody. Okay. Let me get into live chat. You know what's so funny? I'll tell you something. Started word cookies. And more of you. What am I doing this weekend? Oh boy. What am I doing this weekend? I don't know. I had a crazy day out today at the doctor, and then I had to run a bunch of errands. This weekend I have maybe a marathon of sales coming up. I have to color my hair because it's absolutely disgusting and pitiful. What else do I have going on? I want to get some projects done. So many things that I've been putting off that I've got to get done. Got a lot going on. And that's about the size of it right now. Okay, so, and then I've got to start thinking about my son Michael's birthday. Just thinking about it today. Tomorrow's the 10th. I got to see when we're celebrating that and what kind of cake he wants. So, yeah. Okay, let's, why is this not working? Come on. All right. Gin. Gall. Uh-oh. Look, we just went, I just recorrected that. That's crazy. Nil. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Gail, remember the lady that used to come and tell us we had to go to bed? Remember Gail? Who remembers Gail? We should write a trivia of all these things that used to happen. Allying, 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 laying. I didn't even see the ing. I'm not really on my game tonight. Can we do ailing? No, we can't do it. Any? No. Alling. What about alling? No. All in. No. How about a line? Gainley? No. Lying? Murder of Crows? Yep. Galley? No. Inlay. Who said that? Kevin. Where's Margot? Has she come to life yet, Kevin? Margot always comes to life when we play this. Lily. That's exactly what Margot said when she came to life tonight, Emmy. She goes like this. Lily. It's crazy, and it's crazy that you just said that the minute I mentioned her. Brenda says Yang. Yaling. Yaling Yalang. I don't know. Ill. Oh, Gil. Yep. Nail. Yep. Uh-oh. Okay. And nag. Nag, nag, nag. Cleric? Cleric. Bink, what are you doing? Why are you laughing, Bink? Are you laughing with me or at me? What? Open the door, let her in. Mm-hmm. Higher. Tie. Oh, because of what you typed, okay. Alright. Thought you were laughing at me. You know how sensitive I am. You know how sensitive I am. Circlet. I can't take any. I'm laughing at me. Okay, getting that. Relic, yes. Who said that, Kevin? Oh my goodness. Hold on a minute. Wait till Margot wakes up and she'll be upset. Ice baby, yeah. And how about an icer? We call him the icer. What does he do? He ices everything up. You know, I'm very sensitive. Very sensitive, Bink. I'm sensitive. I have to be handled with gloves. Kid gloves. That's so stupid. What are kid gloves? Hey, what are you looking for? I'm looking for a pair of kid gloves. I want to look at that. I want to look at what those really are. You know, it's things we hear our whole lives and we... Are they kid gloves? Yeah, I'm going to look at that. Why do we handle something with kid gloves? Okay. To handle or treat something with kid gloves is to do so with special consideration or in a tactful manner. Kid gloves are made from kid leather, skin from a young goat. Kid gloves. In Alice in Wonderland, it was the White Rabbit who came splendidly dressed with a pair of white kid gloves in one hand and a large fan in the other. Okay, so now we know why, okay? So I need to be treated with the kid gloves. The gloves made from a young goat. Okay. What is it? Oh. No, cert. Oh, cert. Yeah, remember because we thought it was like a certs. I remember having that. No, it didn't work. We had that some other time. I remember cert. And we thought, was it in this game or another game? What about critic? No. What do you have? Critic? Critic. Okay. Tiller? Hold on. Tyler? Tiller. Tyler Hill? Tiller. No. It's extra word. Tick. Tick tock. Okay. Yep. Celtic. Oh, I can't do it. I gotta do tier. Come on. What is wrong with this? You and I got it, Brenda. I just couldn't write it down. It's so silly, isn't it? Hi 61, where have you been? We can't do it without you. It's a group effort. Oh my gosh. Hey, Flo on the go, where have you been? You don't hate us? We don't know. Oh my goodness. There's no H. High 61. Lean on me when you're not strong. Did I? There. No, wait a minute. Oh, there is an. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'm overtired. I have not slept much in the last few days. I know. I see there's an H. I know. You're behind. Oh. Oh my gosh. What's the last one? I'm running on fumes. You're right, Brenda. I really am. And they're a poor coffee. Wait, L-A-N-E-D, farm wife? L-A-N-E-D. No, Layden. L-A-D-E-N. I think I should probably I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the Zoom people back in. So give me a second. I'm going to go bring the Zoom people back. I'm going to make them magically reappear. Make them magically reappear. Okay. What am I doing? I closed everything down when my computer started going like crazy cakes. I'm biting my lips, and that's not good. Every time I go out, then they get chapped and I bite them. It's a terrible habit. Don't do it. Evelyn, you better come into the Zoom because I'm tired. I hope the Zoom people are warned that I'm coming in. I'm coming in, Zoom people. You're all live now. You're all live, and there's my twin. Hi! I was wondering where she was. I hope the Zoom people are warned that I'm coming in. Margot's getting up, Kevin, but she missed the word cookies. She's gonna be pissed. Okay. Aquaphor is the key. I have a lot of stuff, but you have to be up when your mechanic comes. Evie, you're 3 hours behind us. Stop it. Stop. Just stop. Bucky, what are you doing? Taking out the trash? How come nobody's talking to me?
Hi, Carolyn.
Oh, you're up, Elle.
Yeah.
Why isn't anybody talking?
I'm talking.
Oh, I don't know. Margot came on blaring something. All right, everybody. Good night, little lady, and everybody. I'll see you. Okay, Evie, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
Bye, everybody.
Evie, remember that song? Remember that song I played yesterday? That's what I'm finding out. Anyway, we will see you later. The kid gloves are off, Evie. Hubby was to have jury duty today, but got a message the trial was canceled. Oh, lucky for him. Lucky, 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 right? And then I think he'll still get credit. The same kind of thing happened to me, farm wife, and I got credit for like another 6 years. It was great. All right, everybody. Love you guys. God bless. Prayers. We'll see you later. Bye, everybody. Be good. And see you tomorrow. Be good. Bye-bye. I don't know how to end this. Oh. Ending out.